Okay, so yesterday we have done the navbar section. Let us start the following. Maybe let's do two sections today. Okay, and your assignments were really good, very good. Keep up that work, and I hope that they were individual work. Yeah.
Yes, we all did them individual.
Okay.
Nobody
Okay.
helped each other.
Okay. That's good. That's good. So it was, I guess, flex site. Yeah. So how can you open the recent folders? You can do it like this. You can click on file, and if you click on open folder, you're gonna be opening a new folder. But if you click on this open recent, it's gonna direct you to all of the recent folders you were opening in VS Code. Okay, and you can just pick up the folder you want to open. Okay, the recent folder you want to open. So open recent, and then we wanted to have this flex site rev. Okay, so here it is. So what we have to do is we have to go in the index.html file. Okay, and then you have to press on go live. Okay, there's a confusion among the students that sometimes they would open the CSS file and then click on go live. It's not going to work that way. Okay, so you have to first click on index.html and then you have to click on this go live. Okay, so let's continue from where we left it off. Okay, so the first thing I want to do today is I want to change the font style of my fonts. How can I do that? Like I want to change the font style. What's the property for changing the font style? Like what
Font
is?
family.
Yeah, good font family. But I want to embed a family that isn't pre-built in CSS. I want to embed a new family. How can I do that? What have we
You
just?
need to
Yeah, yeah. We need to download Word. Do we need to download or do we have to just paste a link at a certain link?
download it.
Nope. There was
You
something.
put a link.
Yeah,
You
which
put a
link was
link
there?
in the head.
Yeah, there was.
Uh, Google.
Yeah,
It
good.
was
Google, and then it was
Google
Google.
font.
Yeah, good. Google fonts. You can get literally thousands of fonts for free. Okay. So previously, I guess we did. Let me see what we did. It was Roboto, and it was Playwright Romania. But let's do some new fonts. So let's go in the fonts, and you can choose whatever font you like. Let's say this time we're gonna go with sensation. So click on it and then get font, then get embed code. So previously we worked with link tag. Yeah, you have to paste this link inside the head. So you guys haven't asked me about this import. What is this import? So basically it's like the link tag. Okay, link is for the HTML, like you embed this in the, it's basically saying you embed it in the head of your HTML, whereas this import is this you embed in your CSS. Okay, so let's do this today instead of that link. So you have to copy this, don't copy the tags because we have a separate
Sorry, what
file.
does the import do again?
Okay,
What does it do?
so basically it does the same thing as this link does. So basically
Mhm.
links us to this font. Okay, yeah, so this link links
Okay.
us to this font. Okay, but we have to embed this inside our head tag. Yeah, but this
Okay.
import, it does the same thing. Okay, it does the same thing. It basically links you with this specific font, but this line we have to paste inside styles instead of head tag. Okay,
Okay.
so basically it's the
Okay.
same thing, but you have to do it in different files. So let's do this today. So click on import, click this, sorry, select this, copy it, and then paste it. Where do I have to paste the import one? In the head or in the styles? Where should I paste
The
the
styles.
yeah, good, the styles. So inside the styles, make sure it's at the top and then paste it. And now still it's not gonna do anything because we have to specify. If you scroll down a bit, we have to specify the font family. So copy all of this, and I want to have this font family to be applied to every element in our HTML. What should I do? Like, I want to apply this font family, this specific font, to every element in our HTML. So what do we select?
You have to use
Yeah,
the star.
yeah, good. We can use the star, but star is gonna target like literally everything. We just want to have specific elements. Every element is placed inside what tag? The body. Okay, so we're gonna do what?
Mhm.
We're gonna select the body, and then we'll just paste it, and it should be applied. Yeah, it's applied now. The second thing we want to do is we want to change the background color of everything, and we already selected the body, so we can change it. So what's the background color in this website? It's what?
Black.
Yeah, black. So we're gonna say background color and then black. So what about what happened with this text? Where is this text now?
Did they go underneath it?
No, it's not underneath it. It basically is present here, but we cannot see it. Why is that?
It's the same color.
Yeah, good. It's the same color. So what should we do?
You
What?
need to change the text color.
Yeah, text color. And which element do we have to change the color of?
The left background color.
The background color. No, no.
Is it the left?
What I meant to say is, where should I change the color? Like, which element do I have to select in order to change the color? Like, this is H5, this is H5. I want to change the color of every element. Like, I want every element to have a white color. So what should be my selector? Body. Okay,
And
so you're gonna place color inside the body. So basically it's going to be applied to every element that is placed inside the body. So I'm gonna say color and white. Okay, it's good now, but we have a problem here. Where's our zero now?
it went away. It's
Yeah.
still, yeah,
Why did it went away?
because it's black, same
Mm,
color.
no, 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 it's not black. It's it's not black. It's like we have specified that every element inside the body should have a color of white. Okay.
Oh yeah, the text is white.
Yeah, so basically 0 has the color of white, so that's why we can see it, because the background of 0 is also white. So what's the solution for this? What's the solution? It's a really simple question. Like, what's the
You have to
solution?
make sure
Yeah,
the
we have to
number is
change the
the
color of this
different
0.
color.
Yeah, good. So
Yeah.
what was the name of this 0? It was, I guess, B text. Yeah. So let's go inside this and let's say color and then black. Okay. So the last thing I want to do with this nav is I want to make this thing bigger. What is this thing?
The icon.
Yeah, the icon, good. And what was the tag of this icon? It was I. Okay. But I am not going to select I here. Why is that? Why shouldn't I select I? What would happen if I were to select I?
Is it gonna select everything that has an
Yeah,
eye?
good. It's gonna select every I that is present in our HTML. We don't want that. We just want to select the I that is present inside the nav. So how can we do that?
You do I space nav.
You swipe the words.
Oh,
Yeah, we have to do
so
what?
nav space
Yeah,
I.
the nav. And what was the name of the nav? It was nav bar. So we're gonna say dot navbar space I. So basically it's gonna go inside the navbar. After going inside the navbar, it's gonna look for the I, and there's only one I present inside the navbar. So we're gonna target that. So how should we make it bigger? Width? Should we use width?
For,
Height.
Nope. Icons are basically what?
for
Images or
it's width.
nope. Icons are
Huh?
not, they are not images. Icons are what?
Oh, they're text.
Yeah, text. So how do we make the text bigger?
Oh, font size.
Yeah, font size. So font size It's gonna be, let's say, maybe 2 rem. How much is 2 rem? No, it's 32. Yeah, so it's good now. There's a new property we're gonna discuss here. So if you were to hover upon this, can you see my cursor is being changed? Can you see it? Like we have this hand icon now. Okay, so this is called, I guess, alias. Yeah, it's something like alias. And this hand you're seeing, it's called cursor. Oh, sorry, pointer, not cursor. So what we're gonna say is we have the property of cursor. Okay, this is the property, and then we have a lot of cursors here, like so much. If you were to, let's say, zoom in, it's gonna do what? It has this zoom in effect. Can you see the cursor? The zoom in. Okay, so if you were to, let's say, change it to something else, maybe let's say copy, so it's gonna have this copy icon. Can you see this little plus along with this icon, along with my cursor? Can you see the plus? You cannot. Wait, let me
No.
let me
But I can see it if I zoom the screen.
yeah, let's
Oh.
do it pointer. Okay, so we're gonna say cursor pointer, so it's gonna change it to a hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so now that we're done with our navbar, let's move towards this. What is this? What is
The
this?
background
Yeah, the
picture.
background. Yeah, the background image. Good. So let's do this. So what is background image? So let me copy this. Let me make a div. First, let me collapse it because now we're done with navbar, so we can collapse it. Now this little icon here is going to, collapse everything that is inside this div. So we're gonna click it. So now we have, now our code is basically, readable, more readable. So let me add the comment. What were comments? What are comments?
Commands.
Yeah. What are comments? Like, what do comments do in our code?
Like they.
Like, are they executed as a part of the code, or they're just there to, help the programmers understand what the code is doing?
They're just there for you to understand where everything is.
Exactly, good. It's there for us and it's there for our fellow developers. So if they, because I guess I've told you about this, that a single person doesn't work on a single project. We have a team of developers that's working on a single project. So basically you put comments because you want other developers to know that why you did this, okay, why you did what you did after this code. Okay, so let's do maybe let's call it hero. So this section you're seeing here, the main section, when the website loads and you see the thing, it's called hero section. We're gonna say hero section, and let's make a div with the name of hero image, or maybe let's say hero section. Save it. Now we don't have to do anything here, okay, because we want to put image using CSS. Okay, so how do we put images using CSS? They're gonna have this div to have this image I've just copied. Yeah, good. Background image. So what would be my selector? I want to do on this one, on this div. So what will be my selector? Yeah, good. Hero section. So dot hero section, and then we're gonna say background dash image. And now, what should I write now? Nope. Before the link, there's something else. Nope. That image is a link. There's something else like a helper that's going to tell CSS that we want to put the link now. There was another keyword. Like it had 3 words. Just 3 letters, not words. Yeah, it's 3 letters. Link has 4. No, it started with a U. I guess I've heard someone saying, yeah, good,
Yeah.
URL. URL, and then the parenthesis, and then inside
And
the parenthesis
image.
we're gonna put
Yeah.
quotes, and then paste it, save it.
Yes.
Now we did everything correctly, but we're not gonna see it. Why is that? Why can we see it? I've already discussed this when we were doing it like
The
the first time.
height.
Yeah, good. The height. So by default, the divs are basically block elements. And what are block elements? What are block level elements? We did discussed about the block elements, yeah. And it's one
Yeah, if
kind of
they were
location.
they take up the whole space.
Yeah, good. They take up the whole space of the parent, like the width only. Okay. So block
Yeah.
elements are basically those elements that are going to take up the full space of the parent. Okay, the full space, that is this. Only the width. By default, the block elements have the width of 100%, but the height of 0. So that's why we can't see anything here, because the height is 0. So we have to put what? We're gonna say height, and let's say I'm gonna say 70 VH. Now what is this VH? What is this unit? VH stands for, what does VH stands for?
The viewport height.
Yeah, good. The viewport height. So basically, viewport is what? The viewport is a screen that you are currently seeing your website on. Okay, so basically it's saying that whatever the viewport is, for example, if you were to open our website on a mobile screen, then take 70% of that mobile screen. If you were to open it in a on a big TV, so take up the space of that big TV. Okay,
Yeah.
if we were to open on a laptop, take up the 70% of that laptop screen. So basically, VH is that. So we're gonna save
It
it.
kind of like adapts to the size
Yeah,
itself.
yes, it's
Okay.
basically like that.
Okay.
So we have this, but I don't think it's exactly like this one. Wait, let me copy this one. Right click, copy image address, and because there are more properties I want to tell you about this background image. This is ours or this is KFC's? No, this is KFC's. So let's make it a little more bigger. So let's say 80 VH. Yeah, now it's good. Now it's looking good. Okay, so now we're done with this part, but there's one more thing I want to do this time. Can you see these little red circles here?
Yes.
I want to do that. How can I do that? Like, how do we? First question is, how do we, place them? Right. Let's not ask this question first. How do we get them like here? How do we get them in the div? So where should we go? Where should we
In the
go?
body.
No, I want to have them where? Like here. I want to have them here.
In the background picture.
Yeah, and where is background picture placed?
Mm.
Background picture is placed where? It's right in front of you.
Oh, the hero section.
Yeah, the hero section. So we're gonna go inside the hero section, and we want to have these, and these basically are the icons. Okay, so where do we get our icons from?
Bootstrap.
Yeah, good. The bootstrap icons. Bootstrap is something else. We're gonna study bootstrap. So bootstrap icons is something else, and bootstrap is something else. Okay. So bootstrap icons, here we have this, and I guess it's called, maybe let's say right, maybe that's right. So which one do we need? Um, Maybe let's do this one. Okay, let's take this one. So is it filled or is it not filled? It's filled. It's not filled. Yeah, this one. Let's do this one. So click it, copy, and let's paste it here. So basically this is arrow right. We can copy it down. What's the shortcut for copying the entire line down?
Control Z.
Nope, it's basically undoes what we did. Like if we were to press Control Z, it's gonna remove it because it's,
Shift.
yeah, shift, and then
Shift Alt
good.
down arrow.
Yeah, good. Shift Alt arrow down. So this is right. We can change the second one to, let's say, left. Okay, because I think this is the same name it has in Bootstrap as well. So let's go back here, and yeah, can you see these two?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's give it a background color of something else. So let's say for the time being we're gonna say, and also remove this picture, because if this icon were to come here, it's gonna, okay. Well, before giving the color, let's make these icons get to their respective locations. So how do we get these icons come here? The right left one should be here, and the right one should be here. How do we make it like that? How can we make these icons, stack like here and here?
You
Should we
can't
use
use you can't use display flex, right?
Should we use what?
Can you use display flex or no?
I think display. There's no need for display flex because they're already like side by side. Think
Yeah.
of something else.
to justify content?
That's the property of flex. So we can use, if we are not using flex, we can use justify content. Yeah, well, this we can use it, but it's gonna get difficult if you were to use flex. So think of something simple. Right, I wanna move these icons. I'm not gonna say that word because if I were to say that word, you guys are gonna get it. They get the property we
It's
want
not
to use.
text. It's not text,
Is it
right?
margin?
Nope. Like we want to move these icons here and here. Think like a developer. Like you've set,
Position?
yeah,
Inline block?
exactly. Positions.
Position.
Positions.
We have to use positions because we want to move these icons according to this hero section. So we have to use positions. Okay. So for that, let's give these icons separate classes so we can target them in CSS because currently they have like really big classes. So let's go inside the first one, give some space because space is going to separate the class. So this is right. So I'm gonna say right. Let's say right arrow. Okay. And for the second one, I'm gonna say left arrow. So now we have these custom classes. Okay, these classes are from Bootstrap, and these are my custom classes. Okay, so tell me who's gonna be position relative and who's gonna be position absolute. Like his HTML, and tell me who's gonna be positioned absolute and who's gonna be positioned relative.
The relative will be hero section,
Very good. The relative would be hero section because it's a
and then the
parent.
absolute
So
will be right arrow.
good. So we're gonna go inside the hero section and we're gonna say position and relative, and I want to target both the left and the right arrows simultaneously. What should I do? These are the
Dot
names.
left.
These are the names.
Dot left and dot right.
Not they're not left.
Oh, right arrow.
Yeah. So we're gonna say dot right arrow. So let's say right. Where's right? Right arrow. And how do we target the second one?
Comma.
Good, comma, and then
Dot
good.
left arrow.
Left arrow. Good. So we're gonna say position and absolute. So basically it's gonna target both of them. So what happened here? Where's the left one? Where's the left icon gone? Like we can see the right one. Let me zoom it and you can see the right. No, this is not right. It's not even right, but it's some icon. But now we only have one icon. Where's the second one? It's a really easy question.
Is it in the same spot?
Yeah, it's at the same spot. So basically, when you put position absolute on something, it basically now it's independent of the layout. Okay, it's not gonna disturb any layout. It's gonna be maybe stacked on one thing, stacked on another thing, but it's not gonna disturb any layout. Okay, so basically they're stacked on top of each other. So now let's target the right one. So I'm gonna say right arrow. R. I'm gonna say right arrow. So I want to place them. I want to place this right arrow here. So what should I do? I want to make this go from this position to this position. What's the property?
Margin.
No. Now we have put the positions. Now we have access to 4 different properties. We can simply use what? We're gonna say right to be maybe 10 pixels. So what would happen is gonna take it from this position to this position. Okay. So I want to have it like here now.
So bottom
Nope. We
or
have to push
middle.
it from where? No, no, no. We have to push it from,
The top.
yeah, top. So we're gonna say top and let's say 50%. So it's kind of like in the middle. That's good.
If you do negative 50, now where does it go?
It's gonna go up. If I were to do negative 50, you wouldn't see it because now it's out of the screen. Okay,
Okay.
so negative 50 is going to take it up and positive 50 is going to push it down.
Alright.
So basically top would refer to pushing from that side. Okay, so we've put right 10 pixel would mean pushing from the right side. Just pushing, if you can see there's a little space here. For example, if I were to increase it, let me increase it, it's gonna now push it to, it's somewhere like around here. Wait, I can't see it because it has a different color. Let me put it a color. Let me say color and black. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so having that side, having that position right, for example, it would mean pushing from that specific side. Okay, so let's say
Alright.
10 pixels. Now I can see it because it has a red color. So let me say this color. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so it's good now. Now I want to have this left one to be here. What should I do? The left one. So first I'm going to select it, the left arrow. And what property should I change in order to for it to be in the center? Which side do I have to push
So
it
up
from?
The top.
Yeah, the top. So I'm going to say top. And how much?
50.
50.
50%, yeah. But I want to have a little space from this side. Like I want to have it to be pushed from this side. So what should I do?
So left.
Yeah, the left. So I'm gonna say left. How much? It should be same as the right one. So right one was
50.
10 px. Right one was 10 px. So if I were to change its color from the red, like from white to red, like it, you wouldn't see it. Why don't you see it?
Because the background is red.
Exactly, because the background is the same color. So let me choose a different image. Let's say this one and paste it here. Yeah, it's good now. So now we're done with the hero section. Let's move towards the next. What is this?
Button.
The button, yeah.
Button.
So we're gonna go outside div and let me put a command. Let's say I'm gonna say reorder button. So I'm gonna have a button with a class of reorder, and it's gonna say reorder. Yeah, reorder. Now we have this button of reorder. So the first thing, no, I'm not gonna tell you what we have to do. So first tell me what would be the selector. I'm gonna select this button. How should I select it?
Dot reorder.
Yeah, good. Dot reorder. Okay,
Button.
so okay, this was my question. So the question is,
BTN.
do we have to do reorder and then button, or should we just do reorder?
It has to be button.
Okay, take a look at it again.
Like BTN.
Take a look at this again. Do we have to do reorder button or just reorder?
Reorder.
Yeah, and why should it be reorder and not reorder and then button? Why is that? Like the question is,
To make it easier to read.
no. This more relevant thing. For example, let's say I have this div and then I have this button. So it's gonna say reorder. So if we were to, if we were doing it like this, so how should I select it then? If reorder is like this, now reorder class is basically a div. If we wanted to select the button, what should we do? We have to say go inside the reorder and then select the button. So if we were writing like this, then we would be like this, reorder and then button. But currently we are doing it like this, like reorder is basically referring to this button. It's not a div and then inside the div we have a button. This one we have a button that has a name of reorder. Like we don't now have to use reorder and then button because this button is reorder. Does it make any sense, or should I,
Yeah, yeah.
do, okay, okay, good. So reorder. And then what should I do to make it like this? What's the most common thing you're seeing?
The
The
color,
sorry, the background. Okay, the background.
background color
Okay,
of
yeah,
the
background
button.
color, and then this.
Red.
Yeah. What more?
The text color
The text
white.
color. Okay, good. Color white. What more?
The width.
Yeah, the width. That was the major difference. The width, let's say maybe 50%. Okay. Now what? What more should we do?
Padding.
Yeah, good. The padding. Padding. Let's say I'm gonna say 10 px. Yeah, it's good now. What more?
Needs to be in the middle, some margin.
Yeah, good. So we're gonna use margin. Margin to be what? Margin to be auto. Yeah, good. But it's not gonna work. Why is that? Why doesn't margin auto works? Like the property is okay. It's just correctly placed here. But why doesn't it work? We've discussed about this. Like margin auto works only on what elements?
The X and Y.
No. Margin auto works.
Oh, margin auto.
Yeah, it works on what elements? We've discussed about this. Margin auto only works on block elements.
Block element.
Yeah, and the button is the inline element. So what should we do?
We need the display.
Yeah, good. We're gonna say display
Block.
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 Yeah, good. But I want to have margin from top and bottom. So what should I do? But this time I'm not gonna do anything myself. You have to dictate me. So I wanna have margin from top and bottom. What should I do?
You should use margin top.
Yeah, we can use margin top, or we can do what? Like now I'm basically,
Margin text. 10 pixels.
or maybe let's just say I want 2 RAM. So let's get 2 RAM and then R. Good. So what this is going to do is it's going to go put margin from top and bottom to be 2 RAM, and from left or right to be auto. This more we have to do with this button. What more do we have to do?
The text.
The text, yeah. What do I have to do with the text?
Has to be
I have to make it what? Bold. Okay, so what's the property for making it bold?
font weight.
Yeah, good. Font weight. And let's say bolder. What more? Like this, 2 or 3 properties still missing.
The font size.
This is gonna be, it's gonna automatically adjust when we put that property, which I am
Has to be
basically,
uppercase.
yeah, uppercase. So we have to do what? What's the property? Text transform. Text transform to be uppercase. Yeah, but it's not bold. It's still not bold. So we can, if it's still not bold, we can use numbers as well. So we're gonna say 800. So now it's too bold. Let's say 500, 600. Yeah, it's good now. So there are 2 properties still missing.
The border.
Yeah, the border. So what do I have to do with the border?
Like none.
Good.
You could go
Border.
away.
Very good. None. And last property is this one last
The
thing.
border
Yeah,
radius.
good. The border radius. So we're gonna say border radius. Maybe let's say 5 px. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so now this is the only section we need to do today. Okay, this last section. This is really important. Okay, you can say this is the first step in order for designing the, although this is a real website but complex website. So this is the first step, and I want you to, get this step. And if you don't get it, you have to ask me. Okay, you have to stop me. But this is really important, this section. So what do you see here? Like, I just want you to focus on this section only. Just forget everything else. We want to focus on this thing. So what do you see?
Just the explore menu.
Yeah, just explore menu. Just focus on this. If you were to get this section only, if you were to able to make this section on your own, everything from this point onwards is gonna be really easy if you get this section only. So how many divs do you think we have?
Two.
No. Before the two we have like all of
One.
this. Yeah, good. All of this is a part of a same container. So we have only one div. So let me open paint because we have to draw the divs first. So let me, so one, there's only one container, okay, because all of this is a part of the same group. Okay, inside that div, how many more divs do we have?
Two.
Good, two. You have to be just based upon the space, so we have only two. So this is explore menu, and then because all of these are side by side, so that would automatically means that they are enclosed in a parent. Okay, so how many divs do we have inside this first one?
Two.
Good, two. The heading and our HR. Okay, great. So let's move towards the next one. So how many divs do we have inside the second one?
Five.
Five. Yeah, good. So let me use circle for representing this. So one, two, three, four, five. Okay. So how many divs do we have inside this single one? If we were to able to create the single one, we can copy paste the other thing. So how many divs do we have inside single?
Three.
Three. Yeah, good. So we have this burger, the image, and then we have this heading, and then we have this HR. But there's one more thing. There's one more
A
thing.
little dot at the
Yeah,
end.
good. So this is also a div. So this is also a div. So basically four divs. Okay. So this is our layout. If you were to able to get this layout, that's the only thing currently I want from you. Just get this. Okay. Just if you were to code this, you can code anything from this point onwards. So let's say I'm gonna add a command here. I'm gonna say explore section. Okay, so I'm not gonna code anything from this point onward. You have to dictate me. So what should I write first? Since we have only one div at the beginning, so we have to create this one div. So what should I write?
The main div,
Yeah, the main div. So give me a name, sensible name.
explore menu,
Yeah, good. That's it. Let's say explore menu. Okay, great. Now inside this explore menu, we had how many divs?
two,
Yeah, good. The one and the two. So what should we name the upper one? This one? Give me a sensible name. Here you have this. Okay, give me a sensible name for the top section.
Menu.
Menu. No, menu would not be that. It is good, but it's not that relevant. So we can maybe do, let's say, e top. Okay, meaning explore menu top section. Okay, and then we can, for this we can use what? We can do what for this one?
explore menu
HR.
bottom,
Yeah, we can use e and then bottom. Okay, so inside the top one, this one, we had how many divs? We had two. Okay, so we're gonna go with h2 because h2 is also a div. Okay, this is really important thing. H2, every element in HTML is a div. So it's gonna say explore menu. So stay inside this div. Okay, staying inside this div, etop, we are going to put the second one. What is this thing?
HR.
Yeah, good. HR. So being staying inside the same div, we're gonna say HR, and we have this, yeah, explore menu, and then we have this HR. It's good. Okay, let's move towards the bottom part. The top part is done. Okay, so bottom part has how many divs? Five divs. Okay, but we just have to create only one. because every other thing is like same. Okay, so let's create one. So what should we name this single thing? What should we name this single? Give me a sensible name. Like what should we name this single thing? Like
Burger one.
it can be anything.
You could name it Burger one or something.
What about then? These are also burgers.
Yeah,
Like
or
B card.
yeah, we can B card or E card. Yeah, we
E
can
card.
use E card because it would refer to explore section. So we're gonna say dot E card. Great. Okay. So inside this E card we had how many divs? We had image, we have heading, and we have HR. So I'm gonna put image because image is also a div. So let me copy this one because this one looks delicious. And for the width, we're gonna say 100%. Okay, in most of the cases the width is going to be 100%. Okay, because Flex is going to auto range them. Okay, according to the parent. And then this is going to be our let's say heading. So which heading should this be? Which heading should we use for this one?
H3.
Okay, H3. We can use H3. Yeah, and it should say, let's say for the time being, it's gonna say everyday value. Okay, now after this we're gonna use what? What is this?
HR.
HR. Yeah, good. HR. That's it. That's the only thing you have to do. If you were to go back, you have this structure ready. Now this card basically it's a single card. Okay, so how many cards do we need?
5.
5. Yeah, so we can copy it
Four.
down because every card
Four
is like
more.
this. Yeah, so what's the shortcut for copying? First I'm gonna select this card because I have to copy this down. So what's the shortcut for copying the thing down?
Shift.
Shift
Alt.
Alt.
Arrow down.
Good. 1 2 3 4 5. Save it. And now we have 1 2 3 4 5. Although they look really ugly, Flex is gonna do magic. Okay, so now the structure is ready. Any problem with the structure part? Because this is
No.
really important. This is really important. You have to do it on your own. So if you have any problem, you can say, and we can repeat all of it again. Did you guys have any?
No.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great.
Yeah, I have a. Can you
Yeah.
do that again?
Yeah. Sure. Let's do it again.
Oh.
So let me remove all of it. Let's do it again because this section is really important. You have to get this section because most of the websites, like all of the website, if I were to be honest, all of the website basically utilizes the same practice, the same Flex thing. It utilizes that thing. Okay, so this section, that's why I'm asking you to get this section. Okay, so Adil, do you have any problem about this layout?
No.
Okay, great. So we have this main layout. Okay, this main layout is present. This is our main layout. We have to first code this. So give me a name so we can name a main section. What should we name our main section? Like this time give me a different name. Come on, just the name. I'm just asking you guys, and I'm not asking only Mr. Adil. Anyone could answer. Give me a different unique name.
Explore menu heading.
Yes, I am. I'm on my way. I should be there shortly. I'm sorry.
Let's say I'm gonna say explore and then container. Yeah, it makes sense. So explore container. So inside this explore container we have how many divs? We have upper one and the bottom one. So for the top one I'm gonna say, let's say ex top, meaning explore top, or we can just say exp. Okay, exp top. And for the bottom one we can say exp bottom. Okay, so now exp top refers to this top section, that is this one, and exp bottom refers to this section, these 5 cards. Okay, and inside this exp top we have how many divs? Like just based upon this, how many divs do we have in exp top? Two. Yeah, one for the heading. So I'm gonna say h2, and it's gonna say explore menu, and inside after this h2 we're gonna say hr. So this
HR.
underline is your hr. Okay, save it. Now inside this exp bottom we have 5 divs, but all 5 of them are similar, so we just have to create one and we can copy other 4 down. Okay, so what should we name this card? Give me a different name this time. Like previously was named e card, give me a different name. We can say, let's say exp card. Okay, meaning explore card. So inside this card we have how many divs? The image, the heading,
4.
yeah, good, your hr, and then this dot. We can make this dot later on, but for the time being let's say we have three divs. Okay,
Okay.
one for the image, and image we can use, let's say this time let's do this one. Copy image address, and let's give it a width of 100%. After this image we can use, yeah, we've used h3. Yeah, h3, and let's say everyday value, and after the h everyday value h3 we're gonna have hr. Yeah, so we have this ready. So any problem, Mr. Aziz, any problem up until this point?
No.
Okay,
No.
so how many times do we need this specific card, this exp card?
We need to make 5s.
Yeah, so how should we copy it down?
Shift,
Shift
Alt,
Shift
arrow
Alt
all
down.
arrow
down.
down. Yeah, so 1 2 3 4 5. Save it. And now 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, it's good. Make sure you have this width present in every image, because this is really important. Okay, in order to align the images, this part is really important. Okay, so now we have a structure in place. Now tell me, what should we do? First thing we want to do is,
Display,
yeah, what should we do?
display flex.
Oh, very good. Display flex. We want to get these images side by side. These cards side by side. So who's the parent of these cards? Who's the parent of these cards?
Explore.
No, explore is the main section. Just I wanted to ask you the only the card section.
The EXP card.
No, that is a single card.
Everyday.
That is a single card. EXP card is a single card. Who's the parent of all these cards? Like these cards are enclosed in what? In which div are these enclosed?
Oh, and the EXP bottom.
Yeah, so EXP bottom is the parent, because all these 5 cards are basically enclosed in this EXP bottom. So we're gonna call this one so dot exp bottom, and we'll just say display flex. Perfectly aligned. Okay, so the second thing we want to do is we want to make this, all of this, the main section, to be smaller, because if you were to look at this, we have this space from all the left and right side. So how should we make it smaller?
With the width,
Yeah, good, the width. We want to make the main parent smaller. Who's the main parent? Who's the main parent?
the EXP bottom.
No, exp bottom is the bottom container for the cards. I wanted to the main parent. I wanted to make the main parent smaller. Like who's holding the exp bottom? It's right in front of you.
The Explore container.
Yeah, explore container. That is the main parent. We have to make the main parent smaller. If you were to make the main parent smaller, the children are automatically going to be smaller. So I'm gonna copy this, go in the styles, and I'm gonna say dot export container, and just that's a width to be maybe 70%. Remember this width because we have to stay consistent with other sections as well. So now it's smaller, but I want it to be in the center. What should I do?
Margin.
Yeah, good. I'm gonna say margin, and then let's say to rem and auto. What would this mean?
You want two from the top and bottom.
Yeah, good. And left and right to be auto.
Left and right auto.
Good. Okay, so let's make these cards look like this. First of all, let's give the background color. So I'm gonna copy using ColorZilla. Copy it, and I want to give color to the single card. What was the name of the single card?
EXP card.
Yeah, good, exp card. So we're gonna say dot exp card, and background color to be this. Save it, and now we have this color. But we have given the color only to the single card. Why is this all of this div being colored? Like, what is the problem here?
They all got it.
Yeah, they all got it. So they should have, I should be seeing color on the single card. Why is it like it's like all of the div is colored? Like, they should be like this. Like, it has some space. It should have some space. So why can't I see the space? What was the property to have some space?
Gap.
Yeah, gap. So where do I put the gap?
In the bottom. The
Yeah, good. In the bottom.
yeah, EXP bottom.
Gap, let's say 1 rem would be good. Yeah, it's good. So now I want to make them like this. I want to make them rounded. What's the property to make them rounded? What's the property to make anything rounded?
Border radius?
Yeah, good. So inside the single card, I'm gonna say border radius.
Rounded?
Nope, it's not rounded. So basically, if I were to say 50%, it's gonna make the entire thing rounded. Do we want it like that?
No.
So, do you guys remember what I told you about border radius in the previous week? So basically, when you put only one parameter, only one input for this border radius, what it's going to do is it's going to target all 4 sections. Like it'll target this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, so if you were to put only one thing, let's say 50%, it's going to target each side, each corner. Okay, so if you were to, let's say, target, if you were to write two things here, let's say 50% and 20%, what would happen is something like this. Now what's happening here is the first parameter, the first input, is going to target these first two diagonal, this diagonal. Okay, so the first parameter is going to target this diagonal. The second parameter is going to target this diagonal. Okay, so what would happen if I were to do it like this? Now what do you think would happen?
It would target.
Yeah,
It would be just one side.
yeah, good. It's gonna target every side differently. So this first one, you have to move clockwise. Okay, so this first one is going to target this, the second one is going to target this, the third one is going to target this one. So you have to move clockwise. Okay, and the fourth one is going to target this one. So if you were to go back, wait, not here, in the website, so it's like this. But we want to make it like this, so it's rounded how much from this side? It's rounded full. So what's the property for making it rounded like into a circle? 50% from this side, 50% from this side, I guess 3% from this side, and 50% from this side. So it will be 50, 50, 3, and 50. So how do I write it here? So here's the diagram for you. So how do I write it?
Border radius.
Okay, border radius, and then 50, yeah, and then 50%. Okay, 50%, and then yeah, good, 3%, not tx. Tx would be something else, and then 50%. Yeah, good. So it'll be something like this, but it's not like that because the image is not, it's not that. So let me give a different image. So how do I select the next instance of this image? Like I want to select the next place this image is being present. What was the shortcut?
Control D.
Good, Control D. So second, third, fourth, fifth. I'm gonna now I've targeted all the images, and I'll just wait. How much time do we have?
I think under a minute.
Okay, so let me pause the recording, and I'm gonna send you a new link. Okay, start the recording. Yeah, because of the height. Yeah, that is the case. That is very good. That is the case. Also, the height is increasing because of this H3. We used H3, and I guess H3 is bigger. Yeah, H3 is big. So basically, this is taking up more space. Plus, just one more thing. Can you see the spacing from top and bottom of this H3? Can you see it?
Yeah.
So why do we have this spacing? We've discussed about this last week. Do you guys remember? Let me open the pesticide. Let me click on this one, and now you can see the space on this H3. So why do we have this? Because by default, every element in HTML has some margin and padding that is attached on it. Do you guys remember now?
Yes.
So how do we, cancel that spacing? How do we remove that spacing?
You can
Yeah, I can. Do what?
look up that margin and pad it to 0.
To what? Which element do I have to apply it to? Like now I'm giving you hints when I am at the top. I'll just have to target what?
On the top.
I have to target everything. So how do we target everything?
The X.
Asterisk. Okay, asterisk. Then P0 and margin 0. So it's gonna target everything. And if we were to go back, now do we have a perfect circle?
Yes.
We have a perfect circle. Okay, so plus I guess this H3 is too big. So let's make it smaller. So how do we make it smaller? We can just change this H3 to H5 maybe. So how do I target the next H3 that's inside my card? Like how do we next?
Control D.
Yeah, good. Control D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5, so let's say H5 maybe. So did you guys notice something? Like if I were to do H2, the opening and the closing tags auto adapt. That is because we have installed this extension at the beginning. It was called auto rename tags. So basically, if you were to change the opening or closing tag or something, the corresponding tag is going to be changed accordingly. Yeah, now it's good. So I want to have this in the center. What's the property? Like I want to have everything inside the explore card to be in the center. How should we do it? No. Margin is going to make the elements in the center. I want to have the text in the center.
Text.
Yeah, text
Text
align.
align.
Good. Text align. And in the center. Yeah, now it's good. So I guess it's almost done, but we have to have some space from the top for this one, this section. What was this section called? This.
EXP cards.
No. This section, the one holding the cards. It was the EXP bottom. So I'm gonna say margin. Let's say 2 rem and 0. It will mean 2 rem from top and bottom and 0 from left and right. Like we don't want any space from the left and right side. Yeah, it's good now. So let's move towards this one. This was, all of these were parts of which thing? Which element were these parts? So the explore menu and the HR. Come on, you don't have to, it's, there would be like literally thousands of div, and how would you remember the names then?
You want to add space?
No, I want to target these two, the heading and the HR. What were the divs that they were present in? What was the name of that div?
H1.
No.
Explore menu.
Uh-huh. exp top. Yeah, we're gonna say exp and then top. So what should we do? Like, what should we do in order to have it like this one? Okay, what's in here that we don't have? Yeah, good, uppercase. So we're gonna say exp top and then space and h2. What would this mean? It would mean go inside the exp top and then target the h2 that is inside the exp top. And then we're gonna say text transform and then uppercase. Yeah, that's good. Now we want to target this one, this HR. We have two HRs, but we want to target only this HR, the first one. So what should we say?
So EX top
Very good.
H
EXP top.
R.
Yeah, good. EXP top and then space HR. So we'll give it a width of maybe, let's say 5% or maybe 4%. Nah, it's too small. So we're gonna say, let's say 7. Yeah, that's good. 7. So what more do we have to do with this HR?
The color.
Yeah, good. Color or background color?
Background color.
Background color. We're gonna say background color and then this red one. But we wouldn't see it. Why is that? We have discussed this
The
about
height.
HRs as well. Sorry?
The height.
Yeah, good, the height. So if we don't have the height, why do we see this gray color?
By
Why?
default.
That's the, sorry?
By default.
Yeah, by default, yeah, it's by default. But my question was that if this HR doesn't have a height, how can we see this color? Like, element has to have some height in order to be seen. So why is this HR, if this HR doesn't have a height, why can't we see the colors? Because what you see here is in the background color. It's what? It's border. Okay, what you're seeing here is border. So we're gonna say border none, and it's gonna be, it'll be
It's
gone.
on.
So let's give it a height. Let's say height and maybe 3px. Okay, we have to do the same thing for this HR as well. What should we do? Like the bottom one, I want to target the bottom HR.
It was the EXP bottom.
Very good, exp bottom. So the same styling would be applied to the bottom one as well. So I'll just copy it, and instead of exp top, I'm gonna say exp bottom HR. But I guess it's too small. So maybe let's say 10%. It's still small. Maybe 20. Yeah, now it's good. I want to get this HR in the center. What should I do? Margin. Very good. Margin. You can say margin. And 1 mm. 1 mm is too much, I guess. Let's say 0.3 mm. Yeah, it's good. So any problem until now?
No.
Okay, great. Then that is all. That's all we have to do. And for this black part, you have to make this as a homework. Okay, so you have, I guess, only 2 sections as homework. I don't care about this first one because this one is easy. This one is mandatory. You have to make this one. Okay,
Okay.
and you have to put this black dot in it as well. We're gonna do it again in tomorrow, inshallah, this black dot. But for the homework, this is your homework. Like, you have to create this one. This is just the image, it's not much. This one is the main thing. Okay, you have to understand it, you have to create it on your own, and it should be an individual assignment.
You
Okay,
want us to put the black dot, right?
yeah, this black dot is an addition.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
any
can you
questions?
just quickly tell me how you? We did remember in my previous assignment. I just couldn't put that in for some reason.
The black dot?
From ClipPad. Yeah.
No, we don't have to use clip path. Okay, let me do it again. Let me do it, and it will be easy then. I'm gonna do it with only one card, and you have to apply all of this in the all of the other cards. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so let's do with this first one. So let's locate the first one and this one. Yeah, this is the first one. So inside this card, we are going to put a div with the name of, let's say, dot. Okay, we have a div
Okay.
with the name of dot inside this first card. Now you don't have to write anything inside this. So go back to your styling and then target that dot. So we're gonna say dot and I'm going to say width, let's say 20 px, height to be also 20 px, because we want to make it a perfect circle, so we should have a width and height equal. And I'm going to say, let's say background, for the time being, red. Can you see it? So
Yeah.
now we want to make it round. What should we do?
Border radius.
Yeah, good. So we're going to say border radius. How much in order to make it full round? How do we make it full round? Like we did at the top, we did something to make something round. How much, what's the percentage should be in order to make it full round?
50.
50, yeah, 50%. So now I want to move this dot according to this card. So what should I do? I want to move this dot according to this card.
So you should make the position
Yeah,
absolute.
good. So who would be relative and who would be absolute?
Parents.
And who's the parent of,
Relative.
yeah, good, who's the parent of the dot?
The card.
Yeah, good. So exp card, we're going to say position relative, and for the dot we're going to say position absolute. Okay, so now we want it to be here. What's this position? Is it bottom, is it top, is it left, right? What is this?
Bottom.
Yeah, good. So we're gonna say for the dot, we're gonna say bottom, maybe let's say 10 px. So it's gonna be bottom. It has a 10 pixel margin from the bottom, and I want to have this right here. What's next property we should do? What is this position? No, we when you use position you don't have to use margins. Okay, so what is this position? Right, left, top, bottom? What is this? No, we already are at the bottom. Right. Yeah. So we're gonna say right, and maybe let's say 10 px. Okay, so let's just make it, instead of black, let's, oh sorry, instead of red, let's make it black. So now we have this dot, and you just have to, copy this div, the dot div, inside every other card, and you don't have to style it again because it's already styled. Like what I mean is you just have to copy it, okay, and just go in the second card and simply paste this. You don't have to style it again because dot is already styled in your css. So look, okay, so any question? Okay, so that is your homework. I guess only 2 sections. I guess it will be easy, yeah. So only the 2 sections. Okay, but you have to do it on your own, individual assignments, no help from each other. No, you have to continue from the nav bar. Okay, continue in that previous assignment. So basically, at the end, you would have a whole working website with you. Okay. So any more questions? Okay, that will be it. Thank you. Allah Hafiz. Yeah, Michelle. Okay, so what is it about? Sorry? Pakistan, yeah, there were some escalations, but like it's not that much, but there were some things. There were some attacks. Like it's not, yeah, I'm okay. Thank you very much for asking. So this, yeah, we do have water. It's not basically, I guess you guys have you guys seen memes about the water and Pakistan and India? Yeah. So basically now, alhamdulillah, at the moment we have water, but if the tension escalates, so there would be problems. So God forbid. Yeah, it's like the war. Yeah. So basically, I don't know. There was, sorry. There were some problems, I guess, in Kashmir side, and yeah, but we don't have any problem here, alhamdulillah, at the moment. May God forbid anything else happens. Okay, but yeah, India did attack. Okay, so any more questions according to the about the assignment or anything else? Okay, okay, thank you. Allah Hafiz, Allah Hafiz.